Round 6 of the FIA World Endurance Championship. We are deep in the heart of Texas.
Don't throw gas on the fire. Never let the cup run dry. If it don't got no sway, then it ain't my thing. Come on by, got nothing on my mind but a good time. Gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Never let the cup run dry. If it don't got no sway, then it ain't my thing. Come on by, got nothing on my mind but a good time.
The World Endurance Championship returns to the circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas for the first time in 4 long years. And that means the first chance for these Texan fans to enjoy Hypercar and LMGT3 in its pomp. In the extreme heat of midsummer Texas, it's going to be a trying race for the teams, for the cars, for the drivers, and for the tyres. And the fans have come out to see their heroes up close. Starting from pole, Ferrari's number 51, courtesy of a stunning lap by Antonio Giovinazzi. The half-second gap to second was the same as the gap that covered second to 10th. In LMGT3, it's a home team. The US-flagged Heart of Racing Aston Martin crew, Ian James, crushing the opposition to put them on pole.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's Alaska gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's hear it for
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines!
Actor and part-time racer Frankie Muniz flags the field away at the start of what is likely to be an extremely intense 6 hours. The Lone Star Le Mans getting ready after the cars have 2 formation laps and a big crowd on hand, as well as the teams eagerly anticipating the start. Antonio Giovinazzi leads the field away in the yellow Ferrari. Robert Kubica immediately tucks into second, and up the inside, the second Ferrari from row 3 on the grid, Miguel Molina. He came right up the inside looking for third place. He squeezed into front of the Alpine and BMW. It is a Ferrari 1-2-3. Cadillac from row 2 of the grid being pushed back early on, but a great start for one of the BMWs and one of the Alpines. In LMGT3, the blue Aston Martin from pole leads the field for Heart of Racing. Look at the green Lamborghini of Eduardo Mortara, started 18th. He's just gone by the black Toyota of Mike Conway, who started in 9th. What a getaway for Mortara. The Lamborghini moving up the order. Let's take a look at the start. 3 wide into the hairpin turn 1, and the Ferrari on the inside track got away really well to make it a 1-2-3. Behind in GT3, 3 wide, 2 wide. This is a view from Miguel Molina as he moves up to 3rd place from 5th on the grid, to the delight of the team. Fred Makoviki's view in the Porsche that started in 6th, contact on the inside with the number 2 Cadillac. And one of the BMWs going around the outside. That's a good start from René Rast, but Porsche not happy with that. Cadillac's Earl Bamber with on the right-hand side fellow Row 2 starter Ferdi Habsburg in the Alpine. They're battling side by side for 5th place in a BMW sandwich. Ferrari 1, 2, 3, and the red and yellow cars already looking like they're pulling away. Bamber sticks on the inside, and a mistake by Habsburg hits the Cadillac and the BMW. And this is the other BMW, Marco Wittmann's view as he goes by teammate René Rast and the cars that were delayed. And here's the view from Habsburg, just locks up under braking into the tight left, clatters the cars alongside him. And it's even worse for Cadillac. Bamber off track, now being passed by the Porsche of Fred Makovici, and Nico Muller's Peugeot has already gone by. So the Cadillac that started 3rd now down to 8th place. And has he got damage as well? The Toyota right behind started to close in. Here's Habsburg's Alpine. He is dropping back as well into the clutches of the green Lamborghini of Eduardo Mortara. What a chaotic start behind the lead trio, and that can only play into the hands of the Ferraris. On board with the Lamborghini, but into the pits, car number 5. That's the Porsche Penske car of Fred Makovici and the 94 Peugeot, Stoffel van Dorn. First lap pit stops. What's up with the Porsche? Fuel hose goes in. It can't be running out of fuel, not after 1 lap. They left the safety cover on the pitot tube that monitors airspeed. What a disaster. Battle between the 2 Hertz Team Jotas car, the standard livery car number 12 in 38 with the black livery marking the 50th anniversary of Partners Mobile 1. Will Stevens keeps his nose in front in 11th. He started 10th. Hansen started 17th, so he's had a great start. Antonio Giovinazzi leads Robert Kubica. Ferrari 1, 2, 3. Miguel Molina, though, dropping a little back from the lead duo with attention from the BMWs behind. Here's our leader in LMGT3, Ian James, easing away from the Ferrari, Lamborghini and Corvette battle behind. We're on board with the Corvette of Tom van Rompuy. He's chasing the pink Lamborghini, and that is Sarah Bovy in the Iron Dames car. The Ferrari in front, Francois Heriot.
Yeah, I'm struggling a lot in all the fast corner, like also T-turns. I cannot be flat.
Okay, is it understeer problem?
The track temperatures are extreme, but the track is rubbering up all the time, and the grip may come to the drivers. Change for second in LMGT3, up into 2nd place has gone the Iron Dames Lamborghini of Sarah Bovy, and there's Francois Heriot in the Ferrari battling for 3rd place with Tom van Rompuy in the Corvette. First time racing this mid-engine Corvette in Texas. Last time we were here, the Corvette was still the front engine car. TF Sport running the Corvettes for the first time this season, so they're learning all the time. Well, here's where the pass happened. Just a tiny error on the top of the rise at turn 1 from Francois Heriot, and Sarah Bovy was there to capitalise, sweeping by into 2nd in turn 2. Van Rompuy flashing the headlights, comes deep up the inside into turn 1. This is a real hairpin turn over the brow, drops down into 3rd place, and he races away in turn 2. Riding with Earl Bamber in traffic, Nico Muller's 6th place, Peugeot right in front. He's really well placed this time. The caddy goes very wide, the Peugeot very deep on the inside. Bamber can't cut underneath, he's run out of road, comes back on in front of the Peugeot. But look at that, the black Toyota, Mike Conway. What a good run Conway had on both of them. and as they chipped each other up, he has slipped through, taking 2 places, and it's the Toyota that moves up to 6th. Will Stevens for Hertz Team Jota piling the pressure on Nico Müller now. And just like the Alpine that's already gone by, it seems the Peugeot is easy pickings. Stevens on the inside, no question there. Went by despite slower traffic in front. Both Peugeots retired in free practice with clutch problems. I wonder if that is the issue here. Race leader Antonio Giovinazzi, Robert Kubica in the yellow AF Corsa Ferrari, keeping him honest, and the 50 car in 3rd place, not too far behind. It's looking good for Ferrari after 30 minutes of the 6-hour race. Ian James pulling away in LMGT3 from Sarah Bovey and Tom van Rompuy. 3 pole sitters this season, 1, 2, 3. Oman's Ahmed El Hati up behind Yorkshire's Josh Cahill, the United Autosports McLaren team battling here. El Hati goes by under braking. Cahill coming back down the hill. There's the 31 BMW following. McLaren with a podium last time out, really getting a handle on their car now, United Autosport. And Cahill not giving this one up in a hurry. He's got the inside line at the end of the straight, but this is big from El Hati, goes around the nose of the orange and black car. They really worked hard for that. So Ahmed El Hati moves up to 9th. Replay of Robert Kubica going by the race leader Antonio Giovinazzi. So the yellow Ferrari 83 takes the lead from the red number 51 car. Now, he was closing on Giovinazzi. Does 51 have a problem? Giovinazzi was stunning in qualifying, not just fast, but looked like he had so much more control over the car. But now Kubica hits the front and the red Ferraris are 2nd and 3rd. Miguel Molina under pressure for 3rd place from Marco Wittmann in number 15. The BMWs haven't looked this strong since April in Imola, and that was cold and wet. Maybe they just like extremes of temperature. Alpine's Ferdi Habsburg in replay, going by Harry Tincknell in Proton's 99 Porsche. Habsburg qualified 4th, the best an Alpine has been on the grid this year, but a drive-through penalty for early contact has left him right at the tail of the field. Looks like the Austrian, though, still full of fight. Opposing fortunes in this race. Earl Bamber qualified the number 2 Cadillac in 3rd. He's trying to overtake Mike Conway for 6th. Conway up from 9th on the grid. And it just shows the fortunes of war and motor racing don't always favour you. Approaching the end of the first hour and the first round of LMGT3 pit stops. It's a 6-hour timed race. If they can't run an hour on fuel, they are all going to need a splash at the end unless there are safety cars that give them a bit better fuel economy. Leaders are in LMGT3 and in Hypercar. Left side tyres for Cadillac and a handover to Alex Lynn. He and Earl Bamber driving just 2 of them together. Here's the race leader. Robert Kubica stays in. The yellow Ferrari is using a hard tyre on the right rear and mediums for the other 3. The red Ferrari's on mediums all round. Maybe that is part of the secret of the race leader's pace. BMW on mediums all round. They too looking really strong in the heat of Texas. 51 Ferrari, Antonio Giovinazzi, who started the race with Miguel Molina right behind him. Car number 6 coming in from the lead. They've gone a little longer than the Ferraris on fuel, but dropped back now that they too have stopped. And it looks like Molina is eager to get by Giovinazzi for 2nd place. Battle for 6th place in LMGT3. The 777D Station Aston under pressure and dive to the inside. That was really sharp by Brazil's Nico Costa. Finished on the podium at home last time out a month ago in Sao Paulo. Looking like he's having a good stint here as well.
We have 3 track limits, Miguel. 3 track limits now.
Yeah, but you should tell me before. Come on, we are in 25 people there. Let me know.
Or you come down now, okay? Because the 2 track limits you have done are in the last lap and the previous last lap, okay? So you have just done them now, okay? You had 0 before, so we come down, we stay behind, we keep the gap, and we go, okay? We look after the tires, the rear right, we will struggle at the end.
Molina's engineer putting him back in his box as he ranted about not being told about his track limits excursions, but they were all in the last couple of laps. Marco Wittmann putting him under pressure. That's why maybe the Ferrari is just being a little wayward in traffic. Important to keep that BMW pair behind. Looking back from the Peugeot, this is the battle for 10th place. Hertz Team Jota's 38 car. And that is Oliver Rasmussen now behind Nico Müller. Sweeping around either side of the LMGT3 leader in the Toyota right behind car number 8. Deep into the corner, Nico Müller outbrakes himself and loses 2 places immediately. Well, the Peugeot is struggling. Replay again, he goes in very deep and defensive at the hairpin and just does not make it round.
The track is creeping up quite a lot, so I think hard will work well.
Copy.
I think this tire could be, it's going to be double, I think. It's very good paint. I think if you have to double stint, you have to put hard on the left, it would be good.
Robert, if we could double stint this set of tires, we are considering to let you to stay in the car. Would you be okay for a 3rd stint?
Yes, but let's see how we would have.
Copy.
On board with Sarabovi, this is the LMGT3 lead battle, and this is the closest anybody's been to Ian James since turn 1, lap 1. The Iron Dames Lamborghini really coming on strong as this stint progresses. Both of them in a double stint in the extreme heat here. Oh, contact! The 51 Ferrari, Antonio Giovinazzi. I thought everybody had stopped running into Lexus cars, but it seems that the trend is back. Well, Giovinazzi there trying to find his way round. On board with René Rast. Marco Wittmann in BMW number 15 right in front. But not for long, surely René Rast is putting in the move. He goes by, he's up to 4th.
Let's try to stick on this plan to double stint this set of tires for now. You still think this is possible?
Well, I don't have a strategy, but everything is possible.
Depends on the brain. He has got ice in his veins, hasn't he, Robert Kubica? Alex Lynn on the inside in the Cadillac, taking 5th from Marco Wittmann at turn 1. The BMW is struggling, and right behind is the number 7 Toyota and the number 12 Hertz Team Jota car. So this could be the start of a long, painful series of passes for Marco Wittmann.
The rear is all over the place.
Okay, copy Marco, hang in there, hang in there. As soon as the pit window opens, we'll box.
And the Caddy continues to recover ground lost in the barging match at the start.
I mean, we had really good pace. It's just a shame that the Alpine missed his braking point, and then he hit us to avoid hitting the BMW, so that compromised us a bit and we lost some track position, but our pace is good. Alex is doing a great job with the tyres at the moment and about to jump.
Marco Wittmann under pressure from the black Toyota of Nick de Vries. Wittmann goes a long way around the outside of Sarah Bowley's Lamborghini. That doesn't work, and look at the inside. Callum Eilert for Hertz Team Jota. He's gone by the BMW, but he tried to take the Toyota as well. It's all going on in the battle for 6th. And now the black Toyota is up to 6th. Well, let's take a look. Marco Wittmann sweeping out wide on the outside, had nowhere else to go. He is really struggling.
4 laps, you can do it, mate. You can do it. 5 laps.
Pressure increasing, I'm done. I'm really done.
Yeah, I'm reducing. 5 laps to go.
Once the body overheats, the brain can do nothing, and Marco Wittmann is clearly in a world of hurt. Well, it's not the tyres, it's the driver that has overheated. Antonio Giovinazzi facing the wrong way, the 2nd place Ferrari, our poleman. What's happened here? In replay, coming down behind the Peugeot, inside the McLaren. Oh! Little half spin, tiniest of touches maybe with the Peugeot. Did he actually hit him? Oh, I don't think he did. I think he was trying to avoid it and spun the car. Alessandro Pierguidi not happy. The 51 Ferrari back in the pit lane after failing to get it restarted. He's had to come in on pure electric power.
Joey, you stay in the car for 5 seconds and then you jump out. We have a 5 seconds penalty, so stay in the car for 5 seconds. At the end of my countdown, you jump out.
Not move, I don't know why.
This might be the end of the road for the 51 Ferrari. Pierguidi ready to take over, and the mechanics, it's 35 degrees in the pit lane. This is not what they need. Pressure on the remaining red Ferrari for second place. BMW's René Rast, car number 20, is still surviving in the heat. And the 51 Ferrari is going back in the garage. Is it going to re-emerge? That's the big question here. Winner at Le Mans 2023. BMW now not just in a podium position, but potentially thinking, could this race come to us? Look at René Rast flashing the headlights as they go by the GT3 Corvette. A bit of respite for Miguel Molina, but Rast in the BMW, the team's best result so far, 6th place in Imola with this car, but now they're looking at a podium and he's looking at second. He gets around the outside for second place. Miguel Molina just didn't make a good fist of getting by the Corvette, and René Rast had a clear run around the outside. Race leader is in. Robert Kubica taking on hard tyres now. Now this might be a game changer. If they can survive on the hard, they might be able to win the tyre war. BMW leads in Texas. The 50 Ferrari in second place now, but they will need to stop as well. 50 peels off, and look at the Toyota. The car that started 9th is now up to 3rd. Yes, they too will need to stop, but they're back in the hunt. Lamborghini versus Alpine, and this is a change for 7th place, or a change back for 7th place. Mirko Bortolotti holding off Mick Schumacher, both of them in their first stints in their respective cars, and Schumacher cuts back again. He got his nose briefly in front of the Lambo and does once more. Number 7 Toyota in the pit lane. Mike Conway started, handed over to Nick de Vries. Not sure where that damage came from. Conway's back in the car, so why no Kamui Kobayashi? Now, is Kobayashi not well, or is this strategic? But Conway, having been out for just one stint, is back in. Both Toyotas single stinting their drivers. Race leader is in at WRT. Real pressure on the team here. They've not been in this position before. What can they make of it? Into the Lone Star Le Mans, Ferrari leads Toyota and BMW with Cadillac in 4th. Well, who would have had the privateer Ferrari in front? It's Ye Yifei. And here, the BMW just out of the pits on cold tyres. Easy pickings for Earl Bamber. There's Robin Freins, and right behind him, here comes the number 50 Ferrari that started the race in 3rd place as well in the early going. Looking to move around the outside. No tyre warmers here means your outlap is always slower, but the high ambient means that Robin Freins will be up to speed at the end of that first lap. Until then though, Earl Bamber's got the grip on warmer tyres, just drives around him. Norman Nato into the pits with trouble for the number 12 Hertz Team Jota. This is not a scheduled pit stop. He's only been out of the pits a handful of laps. This cannot be for fuel. There must be something else. 9th place battle in LMGT3. Sean Galeo's BMW on the inside of Ryan Hardwick in the 77 Mustang. And the American car just losing out there on momentum. Galeo moves up in the 31 BMW. Behind Rui Andrade's Corvette, the battle for fourth, Rahul Fry in the Iron Dames Lamborghini, sliding inside Ahmed El Hati and grabbing the place. Ahmed El Hati under pressure now from Joel Sturm in the championship leading Manthey Pure Racing Porsche, and the Porsche moves up to fourth position. Most teams started their bronze driver and double stinted them, but Ahmed El Hati did a single stint, handed over to his teammates, and this is his second stint. So just racing against higher graded drivers are always going to lose ground. The body language of the number 12 Hertz Team Jota team does not inspire confidence. Norminato took a long while to get the car back in, but they are working on it.
Yeah, at the moment we still don't know, still not sure what the issue is. I arrived in turn 19 and I've lost the connection with the car. It's not mechanical, it's an electrical issue at the moment, but it's a kind of issue that takes time and you never know from where it's coming. So we're still looking at it.
Oh, trouble for the Iron Dames, Rahul Fry. The car writhing around under braking. Is there a puncture? Well, through goes the 81 Corvette of Rui Andrade. And he's got damage as well. They have come together. Fry on the inside. And a touch there at the apex. Bits of car all over the road. On board with the Lamborghini. And this is the replay from on board. She turns inside. Oh! And the Corvette came right across on her. And that's where the clash happened. But there is something broken on the 85 Iron Dames Lamborghini. Rahul Fry pulled back into the garage. We think it is the right rear corner.
Full course yellow, full course yellow.
This is for debris from the Iron Dames and TF Sport clash. So some poor marshal in a fire suit in 35-degree heat is going to have to run and get the bits. Well done, sir. Back to green flag racing. 3.5 hours just under remain here in the Lone Star Le Mans, and it is still the AF Corsa 83 Ferrari that leads. They qualified on the outside of the front row of the grid. In second place, Toyota have come up from 9th. Peugeot's race, though, seems to be going the other way. A puncture on lap 1 for the 94 car, and now under pressure, the 93. But Mikkel Jensen saw Michael Christensen, his fellow Dane, coming up the inside in the Porsche and just whisked the cape away and let him outrun the corner. Pit stop for the number 46 BMW from 4th place. Ahmed El Hati has completed his minimum drive time. That's his stints completed. And Valentino Rossi will take over. The car they share with Maxime Martin. Damage being repaired on the 81 TF Sport Corvette. A lot of flapping bodywork there. The racer tape may not hold it all in place.
It's a bit of a shame with the incident with the Iron Dames. But the team did a really good job on fixing it quite quickly. So let's hope we can have a good result here.
Another team hoping for a good result in the pits as well. The race leaders from pole position have looked untroubled. But trouble comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Pressure again in the all-Danish battle for 10th place. Mikkel Jensen covers off the attack from Michael Christensen right in the braking area. Christensen trying to send it late up the inside, but allowed his rival time to respond, and the Peugeot blocked him.
Look at that, man.
That was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, always. Apparently the way to race here in WEC.
Michael, I know that was ugly. Stay calm, 3 laps more.
Here we go, Michael Christensen, this time right in the perfect position. There's no way that Mikkel Jensen can respond, and finally the Porsche makes it through. And look right behind, Charles Milesi recovering in the Alpine. A great show for the fans who flocked to Texas. Alpine up the inside, no mistakes from him. Charles Milesi watched the battle with the Peugeot and the Porsche and knew he would have to be decisive. That's how it's done. Winners in Qatar and points leaders ever since. Car number 6 for Porsche Penske Motorsport are struggling here. They are outside the top 10, not even looking at scoring a single point at the moment in Texas.
Slowly we're coming back. Hopefully we can still gain a couple more positions and especially get ahead of the Toyota and the Ferrari, but might be more difficult. But yeah, we're making progress and so far so good, so hopefully we can continue this.
3 hours into the Lone Star Le Mans, Ferrari first and second, with BMW battling Toyota and Alpine for the final podium spot. 93 laps over 316 miles completed by the leaders, and Heart of Racing still have their hands firmly on the lead in LMGT3. But some cars have struggled with reliability. Hurst Team Jota's number 12 and Ferrari's number 51 have wilted in the heat. Ferrari number 83, still the race leader here, with the number 50 car hanging on in third place, but Toyota and BMW, along with Alpine, are mixing up the standard fare here. Battle for fourth place in LMGT3, Grégoire Saucy in the McLaren and Valentino Rossi in the BMW. Rossi's raced here in COTA a number of times on 2 wheels, very different on 4, but he still slides the car in underneath the McLaren. Race leader in the pits, Yeye will stay in. Hard tyres all round. And look at the energy graphic. They came in with 0% energy as he hit his marks. Alpine running very long on fuel. This just happened. Nico Lapierre just about his in-lap versus the heavily laden Cadillac that's just stopped for fuel. And he makes short work of that pass. Lapierre in the pit lane now, and his energy right down to nearly 0, but on the way in, look at this. Whoa! Big slide, almost clanged the car off the barriers. Race leader is in, and it is the number 20 BMW. They are keeping pace with the leaders and going much longer on fuel. Robin Frein stays in. This could be a big race for the BMW team. Grégoire Saucy still under pressure from Valentino Rossi for this fourth place in LMGT3. Faster cars coming through, and that might make a chance for Rossi. No, the McLaren doesn't get held up there. The BMW does, but now maybe he's suddenly right back on the tail of the McLaren. 777, D station, Aston Martin being pushed away. Looks like that might be the end of the road for the team. Valentino Rossi up to fourth place now, ahead of Grégoire Saucy and Simon Mann in the Ferrari, looking to line up a pass on the McLaren. Now that will allow Valentino to escape and try and chase down the top 3.
Okay, Nick, 15 laps to go. 15 laps to go. Next stop, 4 new tires. You can use your tires.
Well, that's the news that Nick de Vries wants to hear, but Yeye, the race leader, looks like he might have him under control. De Vries has been catching the Ferrari hand over fist, but now he's there. He's got to use that momentum immediately, or he will be slowed down to the pace of the yellow car, and that's going to make overtaking a bit of a lottery in traffic. There's no question that the Toyota in the hands of Nick de Vries is the quicker car right now, and so Yeye got to make the traffic work for him. De Vries down the inside of the McLaren, but Yeye swept around the outside, kept up his momentum and lives to survive another battle. Maxime Martin taking over from Valentino Rossi. The doctor is back in the pit lane.
I was behind the McLaren and I have to try to overtake because I was a bit faster and I have to do a good rhythm. But it was a great battle because we try everything and we touched 2 or 3 times, but at the end I lose a bit of lap, but at the end I was able to overtake and I can do some lap alone and the pace is not too bad. Now we see, because our strategy is a little bit different than the other, so we need to understand if it's the right idea at the end of the race.
Look back at the battle between Sebastian Buemi and André Lotterer. Lotterer in the 6 Porsche right at the end of his stint, but both cars battling for a top 6 position, not where they've been all the way through the race. But it does look like the experience of the teams is starting to pay off. And some great tight racing. Nick de Vries looking to go around the outside of Yafei for the lead, and the Toyota all over the Ferrari, could not get by once more. Fantastic work from Ye in the race leading Ferrari. As they lapped the Alpine, there was just a chance for de Vries, but he couldn't capitalise, and now he needs to peel off into the pit lane. They're going to try the undercut here. Let's see if this works for Toyota. The car has got the pace, he just couldn't get the position. As in Brazil, Toyota generating great pace on the medium tyre. Kamui Kobayashi starts the final two stints with a full fresh set. They are challenging for victory. Race leaders are in, hard right rear, but mediums all round again on the 83. Apart from that, they are going back to the softer tyre option this weekend, looking to try and hang on to their lead. But what about the undercut? The Toyota coming down the straight, the 83 Ferrari on cold tyres, the number 7 car, Kamui Kobayashi, with speed and grip on warmed tyres, and the advantage swings to the number 7 Toyota. The cars in front still need to stop, but Toyota's pit work won that battle.
We made it work, but obviously it's still almost 2 hours to go. Was a good stint. I was just a bit frustrated that I couldn't get past the 83. I really tried a lot, but yeah, it was not enough.
Second full course yellow of the race for Paul de Resta's Peugeot, which is ground to a halt just out of the turn 11 hairpin. Well, he's got an engine but no drive. Is that repetition of their clutch problems, or is it hybrid? There's only one way to find out, and that's when they get the car back. Green flag racing, Toyota's 1-2. Car number 8 due a stop very soon, but the number 7 car with Kamui Kobayashi on board currently in second place, still ahead of the 83 Ferrari. Refueling Sebastian Buemi. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. His car is due in. Number 8 Toyota in from the race lead. Well, that is not a sentence they expected to hear when they qualified 12th. Brendan Hartley hands over to Sebastian Buemi.
Okay, Robert, at the moment all okay. When we can keep the gap around 2 seconds while saving the tires, we have a shot.
Okay.
Well, pressure on Robert Schwartzman as he tries to stay with Kamui Kobayashi. And there's Brendan Hartley just out in the number 8 car. And there is Sebastian Buemi with a left rear puncture. Disaster for Toyota number 8. They came in from the race lead. What's happened? This is Buemi on his outlap, and the number 6 Porsche, that's Kevin Estre alongside. There was contact, he forced Estre off, and that's where the punctures come from. Well, any hope of a good result for the number 8 Toyota team has now gone just the same as that left rear tyre. And take a look again. Oh, he just moved over. There's contact there. Estre's still there, and Buemi just keeps moving.
I honestly don't know what's going on. It's very easy to lock both axles and like I'm overheated. I don't know.
Copy.
Schwartzman worried that the front and the rear are both locking too easily. In the lead in LMGT3, oh, it's the heart of racing Aston that's been in front since the first corner of the race. But still with 90 minutes to go, anything could happen. Nothing is taken for granted by any of the teams in World Endurance. Charles Malaysi in the wheel tracks of Dries Van Tor for 7th place. The Alpine driver perfectly placed, and a very late move even after Van Tor tried to cover. Up to the turn 1 hairpin, Malaysi goes through and plunges down the hill in front. Classic Austin move. Right on board, there's the defence, and he still goes deeper. Gets it parked at the apex, and through he goes. Well, that's a move that Kevin Swans would recognise. A block pass. The 500cc world champion, one of 2 here in COTA, because of course Valentino's first top tier category win was in 500s.
Alex, you happy to double stint these tyres? Question.
I am happy, but I am concerned about the rear left vibration because it's getting worse and worse.
Copy.
Tokyo Drift, and appropriately, it's United's Japanese driver Marino Sato gathering that one up right on board. Yeah, just a bit too much curb initiated that. Race leaders are in, and the Harter Racing team have got more than enough time in hand to put new tyres on for Alex Riberas, just to eradicate that little issue he's got with the left rear.
Car 8 gets a 30-second stop-and-go penalty and 2 points added to the license for causing a collision.
Well, it was a big heart-in-the-mouth moment, I'm sure, for Kevin Est, and not helping the fortunes of Toyota number 8. Into the pits comes the number 8 car to serve that stop-and-go penalty. And more points added to Sebastian Buemi's licence. Replay of Matt Campbell getting by Dries Van Tor in the number 15 BMW. Van Tor running out wide as he chased the Hurst Team Jota car of Oliver Rasmussen. This is just at the foot of the top 10. Again, the classic COTA pass, and Porsche rallying now. 3 cars in the points. LMGT3 battle for 4th position, the AF Corsa Ferrari just ahead of Manthey EMA, and that is the orange and black car that lies second in the points behind Manthey's Pure Racing Porsche team, who have got a big head start on the rest of the field. Final round of pit stops inside the last hour for Hypercar, Matt Campbell in the number 5 Porsche. Final pair of tyres goes on the left-hand side. Look at the number 6 car. More rubber on the side pod than is left on the tyres after that clash with Sebastian Buemi. Second place car comes in for AF Corsa. Can they wrestle this away? The number 7 Toyota working on the undercut is in already. Toyota leads. Kamui Kobayashi up. So it's down to Robert Schwartzman to try and win this for the 83 car, and the 50 Ferrari is in as well. Race leader, Kamui Kobayashi. Mediums all round, hard right rears on both Ferraris. They're the only team that have kept to that late in the race, but it's clearly working for them. Toyota still lead, Heart of Racing in charge still in LMGT3. That was close though with the Cadillac. Battle for 4th place in LMGT3. Alessio Rivera in the Ferrari, Richie Leitz in the Porsche, trying to get them back onto the podium.
Car 7 gets a drive-through penalty for not respecting yellow flags. Car 6, drive-through penalty for not respecting yellow flags.
Wow, that is a game changer for the Toyota. Drive-through being served by Kamui Kobayashi. Now, he didn't know why he'd got a drive-through, and the answer is when Paul di Resta's Peugeot was parked out of the hairpin, it was a yellow flag zone, and Kamui did not lift off enough for the steward's approval. The same for the number 6 Porsche. But that means that Robert Schwartzman now takes the lead in the 83 Ferrari, and he has not been served a penalty, so he clearly was a little more cautious in the yellow flag zone, and that caution may have paid off. 40 minutes to go. It is Ferrari ahead of Toyota.
I would say the number 7 had a better pace on us, but we managed to do a clean race without penalty, without mistakes, and that's how we are in P1 right now. Still 18 minutes to go. We keep our fingers crossed. I have been in this position before, leading the race just shortly before the end, and we know everything can happen, so I just hope that, we can keep it clean and we can bring home the victory for the Tifosis.
Steering broken on the front right.
Okay, bring you back. Box.
I don't think he's bringing it back. Well, that's the end of the road for the 88 car and Texan driver Ben Keating, who rejoined the WEC. Oh, who's that going off? Oh no, that's Kobayashi. Has he got a problem? Or did he just catch? Here's the Aston. Ooh, on the marbles. Gained a lasting advantage off track. Oh dear.
Full course yellow.
Well, Kobayashi now under full course yellow can't give that place back either. And there goes the 88 car within half an hour of the finish. Valentino Rossi hot and out of the car. And they're still in the battle for a podium, but Heart of Racing into the closing stages of this race, still in front in LMGT3. Manthey Pure Racing as good as they can be in second place. And there is Michel Gatting helping with the driver change in the Iron Lynx Lamborghini. A driver as a driver helper. Claudio Schiavone getting out, Matteo Cressoni getting in, and Michel Gatting there to help out with the seatbelts. Final splash of fuel for Alex Riberas and the Heart of Racing team. Everybody in GT3 is going to have to make that final splash, so that won't distract them from their target. Charles Milesi with Sheldon van der Linde behind him now, the South African in the number 20 BMW, catching the Alpine. Both looking at a top 6 finish, but BMW's hopes of a podium just seem to have faded a little. And in LMGT3, the 46 car in for its final stop. Oh no! And going back into the garage with 16 minutes of the race remaining. That's another heartbreak. Robert Schwartzman leading from Kamui Kobayashi, who's taken very nearly a second out of him in the last lap. 7 minutes to go. The balance favours Ferrari as long as he doesn't incur a penalty, but Kamui Kobayashi is fully lit coming up behind him. This could be a last lap attack if the Japanese driver can get close enough. Mike Conway can't breathe now, watching his teammate. 3 minutes, and that's it! Kobayashi at turn 1 runs out very wide. Is that the end of the chase? I think it probably is. He's run out of tyre and time. The final lap of the Lone Star Le Mans, the first time racing in Texas at the Circuit of the Americas in 4 years. That time, Ferrari was only racing in GT. Now they're going to win outright from Toyota. The 83 car qualified on the front row of the grid and has led since the first hour. Victory for Ferrari. They won in Formula One at home in Monza. They win a second World Championship race in Texas on the same day. A history-making result and the first win for Ferrari's 499P outside of Le Mans. It's the independent AF Corsa team that claimed the win.
Come what may, I'll seize the day. Feel the power taking over.
They showed their strength at Le Mans, but fortune didn't favour them. Here, they have dominated the Lone Star Le Mans. Robert Kubica, Ye Yifei, and Robert Schwartzman.
We can be happy. I mean, has been a tough race. Yeah, it wasn't easy. We knew this race will be quite critical with the tires and traffic management, but we did well. The car worked super well. Actually, I think we had the best balance over the weekend today. So yeah, it started well. It finished also even better. So we couldn't hope for a better Sunday.
And the perfect result for Heart of Racing. Ian James's US flag team. Pole, fastest lap, race win. That's the way to do it. A first pole for Ian James and a first win for the team. It's Aston Martin's 10th victory in COTA. A remarkable victory for the 83 Ferrari team under intense pressure from Toyota, who claimed second, and the 50 Ferrari, which was a little bit under the radar after the first hour, taking third. Toyota leads at the manufacturer standings from Porsche, Ferrari in third position. We have 2 races remaining in the championship. And after the heat of Texas, the best way to cool down is with a champagne shower. Of course, winning from Toyota, the 50 Ferrari in third place. Cadillac not getting the podium that they had hoped for. And heart of racing, the dominant winners in LMGT3. It's always in doubt, but their pace wasn't. Next time out, in just 2 weeks' time, we'll be in Fuji, Japan, the last 6-hour race of the season, and a chance for Toyota perhaps to shine at home once more. We'll see you there.